course, New Mexico State is also here in Portland, and they're playing the Indiana Hoosiers. And joining me now is Coach Marvin Menzies. Coach, a lot of people picking you guys to get this done.
A lot of smart people out there. Nah, it's funny, you know, when that happens, you always worry a little bit. You say, okay, well, let's not give Indiana too much fuel and bulletin board material. But no, I think we've got a really good team, and we're playing great right now. So obviously, it's going to be a high-scoring game. They score a lot of points. We score a lot of points. So I'm looking forward to it.
You know what? It seems like when you guys use your size and put a lot of pressure on a team like Indiana, they've played teams similar to you all, and that seems to give them problems like size and pressure.
Well, from looking at a lot of the film of their previous games, they've had matchup problems at times, but they've also been very successful at times. Sometimes they go as Cody goes, but then they got some other very capable scorers, and they without having Verdell in, who wasn't really a scorer, but he was a facilitator. That may give them more of a problem than losing a scorer, to be honest with you. So you got Hulls now, who's a great backup and feisty, hard-nosed kid that can really shoot the ball as well. So a lot of shooters from a lot of different positions. So anytime you can shoot that three ball, that's a great neutralizer. So we got to do a good job of defending the three.
Yeah, they shoot lights out on the three ball. And as far as them trying to stretch you guys out or anything like that, are you looking for some of that, like them trying to maybe stretch you guys?
With Tom, and I've watched his teams play for quite some time now, and you really don't know what to expect, because he's got multiple defenses that they use, multiple offensive sets that he relies on. He recruits a very talented, versatile player, which gives him many options. So to be quite honest with you, we've got in our repertoire already whatever we need to use to combat what we see defensively. So we'll see what he comes out with, and we'll let the chess pieces go out there, and whoever wins it wins it.
Now, with you guys being here with New Mexico now, does the rivalry go out of the window and you guys are pulling for each other, New Mexico and New Mexico State?
Well, I think so. I know that I'm pulling for them. I mean, this is much bigger than the state of New Mexico now. This is global. So we're definitely pulling for our home state. And Steve's a class guy, and they've got a class organization. So we're hoping that they can advance, and we can do the same.
And speaking of advance, what do you guys, as far as if you had a blueprint to success for this first round game, what would that be? Just defend?
Well, rebound and defend. Obviously, right now we've got two teams that can score the ball at a high clip, but who knows what's going to happen tournament time. So at the end of the day, you're going to have to get stops. More importantly, a lot of both of us have outscored teams at times, but now we've got to get stops in order, I think, to come down to getting the W. It'll come down to hopefully it'll come down to the last few minutes, and then that's winning time, and that's when you got to get things done.
Yeah. Well, tournament time, you guys went to that WAC tournament and just smacked everybody, and Wendell McKinnis is playing like he wants it all.
He's doing a great job right now. Wendell is in his senior year, fifth-year senior, which is that extra year coming off the foot injury, I think, has boded well for him, because he's had a chance to really work on an individual offensive skill set and improve scoring the ball, and he's already had the rebounding, and he's actually improved a lot on his defense as well. So I think when you add all those things together, and him realizing now that the end of the road is near, the urgency is there, and then that's the kind of focus you're getting in practice and in games.
And when you look at, as far as the teams that are involved, this part of the bracket, how do you like the way it looks for you all?
I haven't looked past that first one, to be quite honest with you. It's the way we approached the WAC tournament was just one game. Fresno was all we talked about until it was over. Hawaii was all we talked about until it was over, and the same thing with La Tech. So I think that formula has been pretty successful. So we'll stay true to form to that right now.
All right, thanks a lot. Head Coach Marvin Menzies. And Lawrence, back to you. I know you got plenty to talk about, so we'll see you on the other side of this.
Thanks, Van. The Hoosiers finished 5th in the Big Ten this season with a 25-8 season, while the Aggies were in 2nd place in the WAC but won the WAC tournament title. Indiana lost their starting guard, Verdell Jones III to a torn ACL in the first round of the Big Ten tournament. Jones was averaging just over 7 points per game. This game may be won in the paint, though. Aggies' Wendell McInnes is averaging a double-double with 18 points and 10 rebounds per game, while Indiana's and Big Ten Freshman of the Year, Cody Zeller, averages 15 points and 6 boards a game. Like Coach Menzies said, though, Indiana will definitely make up from that from beyond the arc. The Hoosiers average 43%, while NMSU hits for only 32% of the time. Look for the Aggies to attack Indiana down low to stay in this one and possibly pull off the upset. Van Tate was firing questions to the Lobos and Aggies, and we will have more later in the show. Well, it's time to take a break from the Whitener Lobo special. Make sure you listen closely. He speaks English but comes from the land down under. See what Hugh Greenwood has to say about hanging on for a wild freshman year ride. Stay tuned.